I'll run through what I'm feeling personally, having woken up. I didn't get to bed till 2, mulling over what to do next, how to play it. Let me know if you can hear me okay as well. Connection a bit dodgy. High gale, worrying times, yeah, like you say. Poor brain, this can't go on. It's just, yeah. We're not blind to it, are we all? We're not blind to it. What's happening? Very alarming, as Jamie says. Don't know how to start a game. I made a point to that today. 10, 15, 7, 27, 23, 7 and 3. They're all the minutes that Villa are conceding. So Villa have become a soft touch from the off. Who's to blame there? Is Smith motivated him enough from before the first whistle? Who knows? It's looking bleak for Dean Smith. No denying that. After five straight defeats, Villa have lost 18 games this calendar year. No other team has lost more games. And yeah, he's failing to get a tune out of his players, especially that first half yesterday. Southampton, right from the word go, were on top, and it's become an alarming theme. Second half, Smith got his response he was after. It was all too little, too late. I didn't fancy Villa to score a goal in that last 45 anyway. No matter how you butter it up. So, you tired? You okay? I don't know what I'm doing here, but I'm giving it a whirl. Just having a coffee. The sausages are banging in the Premier Inn in Southampton as well. Really nice. So yeah, a rare overnight stay for the Villa reporter, who's usually darts back in the middle of the night on the jack. But I've had a hotel stay, which has been quite nice, to be fair. A late one last night. Jason Bullock. I think this is a good point from Jason here. Clearly missing John Terry, defensively all over the place. Yeah, I mean, Axel Tuanzebe was all over the gaff last night. He doesn't look the same player. He's taken a confidence hit. I thought Mings was quite good, regardless. Mings is a bit like Marmite, but I thought he was good yesterday. Put himself about. He's more old school and what we come to expect from Mings. And yeah, just defensively in the midfield, not good enough of late. And where do we go from here? Yeah, I think that's a good point from Alex as well. One thing's for sure, a lot of these players aren't as good as we thought they were. I think I agree with that, Alex. You know, the pre-season expectation, I think the bar was raised too high, especially after the Jack Grealish sale. Leon Bailey arriving with an injury. Emi Buendia having just 1 year being a big fish in the Norwich pond. Come to Villa, different kettle of fish, isn't it? As we all witness. So yeah, Buendia, I thought he improved massively in that second half yesterday. Went over on the right hand side, much more comfortable. Again, it doesn't look comfortable playing centrally. So yeah, Chris Marby, I think it's a bit too early for this, Chris. But I've done a piece today outlining. I think Dean Smith should be given the Brighton game. I think he should get. I think this 2 week period should be a cooling off period for him, the players. I think they need to come back. I haven't seen Villa Park turn toxic yet. He could well do from the Brighton game if he failed to get a result there to make it 6 on the bounce. Oh my God, imagine if that happens. But I think Dean Smith deserves to go out on his shield if he gets to do that. I really do. Because then after all, the excuses will stop then. I think he'll have to put his hands aside. I need to step aside. I've bitten off more than I can chew here. I think that'll be fair if he loses another few. But yeah, I think he deserves to go out on his shield, given what he's achieved in 37 months. This past 2021 has been horrendous, hasn't it? He hasn't learned how to deal with the blow of losing Jack Grealish. Tactically, been looking inept at the moment. So I was passing on little scrap pieces of paper yesterday, last night, thinking what to do. They got the press wrong according to Smith, with Southampton dominant in that first half. So yeah, lots to mull over. But I've said this today. I think if you're clever about it, if you're the hierarchy, I think you address the situation in the coming days. You'll sit down with Smith, iron out the issues. Where can we go from here? Can you turn it around? Let's not forget as well. I know it's pretty cheap, this is, but Danny Ings, Morgan Sanson, wherever he is, Bertrand Traore, he's not going to be fit anytime soon. Douglas Luiz, how pivotal is Douglas Luiz to this team, by the way? So yeah, there's injuries aplenty there. Ezri Konsa was missing yesterday through suspension. I don't like bringing excuses up. You've got to work with what you've got. You've got to get the best out of what you've got. That's what good managers do, don't they? Yeah, Dan Menchel mentioned this Smith to be gone by Monday. I don't believe he will. It'll be interesting to see what the hierarchy do over the next few days. I think Smith stays in his post. That's a general consensus I got last night from those close to Villa Park. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I think team selection last night was quite interesting, wasn't it? Wasn't it bringing El Ghazi in? Hoping Smith to be a bit more bold and probably start Archer or someone like that, or one of the youngsters. that's a bit disappointing on my behalf. But yeah, comments flooding in all the time. Martinez made some good saves. Yeah, Martinez was my pick last night. I thought he kept the score down. A couple of incredible saves in that one, but it was too little too late, wasn't it? Nothing. Lack of ideas, lack of belief amongst the group, but yeah, I mean they ran harder in the second half, but it wasn't hard. It wasn't much hard. That's not saying much, is it? To be honest, so he brings up the win ratio. Yeah, he hasn't been good enough, Dan. Totally agree with you. But now manager would come in. I don't want to be talking about that really. Managers coming in. I've seen some Lampard and Gerrard and all this, but I think Smith deserves another these next 2 weeks, like he did at Project Restart, reset, go again. Can they get a result at Brighton? What would that do? And I'll give him that one to go out on his shield, like I've said. I think he deserves that. But yeah, like you said, the general consensus is get a new manager. Thanks, Dean. Thanks for coming. We need to move on now. But realistically, this group of players that we've got, a few needed to acclimatise. You haven't seen a fully fit squad to choose from. What can they achieve this season? What was the pre-season expectation? Too high? European football was the chatter amongst the group. It did look a bit too high for me, but I went with it. Okay, then let's kick on again, knowing what we achieved this time last year. We were flying, weren't we? European bang on, knocking on the door, and Jack Willis gets that injury, but Villa can't adapt, and it's been the same situation ever since. So yeah, Russ Cox makes a good point as well. Russ, thanks. These owners have invested heavily; they will want results. Yeah, I think Nassef and Wes aren't here to mess around. I think that alarm bells will be going off. I think they'll have conversations this week to address the slump. So we'll go from there. Yeah, Southampton run out all that, especially that second half, Gordon, like you say. They're to be got at, and it's another slow result. These slow starts costing Villa big time. 6 out of 7 games this season, they've been down inside the first 20-odd minutes. So you got it all to 2 there, haven't you? So yeah, I've seen a few comments from the players on social media overnight. Leon Bailey, Tyrone Mings will get this right. We're all hurting. Emi Martinez as well. It's all the same, isn't it? Week after week. It's mad. This time 6 weeks ago, Villa won at Old Trafford, and 6 weeks later, it's looking bleaker than bleak. Excuses, people get injured, teams have worse squads than Villa's. I think I agree with that. And they managed to get results. The players need some fresh ideas. I think Dean Smith deserves one last crack to go out on his shield almost and try and prove a point at Villa Park on the return in 2 weeks today, Brighton at home. Can he get a response? He'll have players fit again. He gave me a team news update yesterday for those that missed that. Danny Ings and Douglas Luiz looking like they'll be back for that one after picking up minor hamstring strains. Bertrand Shaw is going to be out for that one. He's got a bad thigh injury. And Edric Consul will be back. Morgan Sanson, you'd hope, would be back after his COVID-related illness. So the squad will be bolstered. But again, can he get a response? Because he failed to get the response after that first 45 yesterday. That 3rd minute goal knocked the stuffing out of Villa. And it's a sign of a poor team when you can't respond like that. So yeah, lots of questions, lots of finger pointing this morning. But you're asking me how I'm feeling. I think conversations will be had. I think Dean Smith's future will be reviewed now. When I spoke to him on Thursday, he said, "Crisis, what crisis? All's good. We had a bad run of results. We'll get it right eventually." But it's the manner of yesterday's first half that was alarming, and throughout really, I think Villa laid a glove on Alex McCarthy if we're having it. So, all right, Rig, thanks for jumping on, Rig. It's in your eyes. We'll catch up soon, mate. These was lost without Grealish. Yeah, I think we all are. We've done a heart back to that. We've got to adapt, and I think signing Bailey, who came with an injury, his second start yesterday. He looks way short of it, doesn't he, at the moment? Buendia's showing small signs of coming good. Looks much better out wide with more room to express himself. The shoots of positivity there. I'm clutching, I know I am. But I think Smith will get the squad will be much better after the international break. I think it's time to reset, regroup. And I think it's all in that Brighton game for me. I could be wrong. They look have a new manager lined up on Monday and things change and they want to go cracking this Europe. I think it's a drastic measure to take. 6 weeks after Man U, okay, run of five defeats. I'd like to see Smith go out on his shield and really go for it now. And you get your best yardsticks to Villa Park crowd, isn't it? I haven't seen it turn toxic this season. All throughout, Dean Smith's the reign, to be honest. So we should get a good understanding of the feeling amongst the fans of Brighton if Smith gets the time to do that. I'll go run through your questions again. Yeah, I mean, I raised that after the Arsenal game which I was told I was wrong about. I said there's a bit of squad unrest, but the body language was quite good yesterday. I think lots of pats on the back, but you want a bit more than that, don't you? I don't think there's an unrest in the group. I think it's just a confidence, they're all confidence devoid at the moment, and their heads are on the floor. I think the dressing room's a bleak one. They've got no real characters. They need a rocket up them, and I think there's only Mings doing that, and Martinez perhaps, and they're all feeling sorry for themselves. I think that's what Smith told them at half-time yesterday. Stop thinking the world's against you. And that it shows that mentality-wise, Villa aren't there. And I mean, Southampton gifted that 3 points yesterday. And how many times have we said that over the last few weeks? So, yeah, I mean, the worrying trend is starting off horrendously in games. 6 out of the 7, as I've mentioned, Villa have been down until the opening 20-odd minutes. So, yeah, I'll run through your comments again before hitting the road. Yeah, I feel like a bear with a sore head today. But yeah, try and forget about it and we'll address it on Monday. I think we miss every concert hugely. Villa's best defender at the club, and you're going to miss him, aren't you? And they did that where the goal come from. Originally in 3rd minute, it bounced off Cash. Cash was inside. Tuanzebe not doing his job, and bang, game done. So yeah, I think I'd really like to see this, but it happens in the modern day football, Simon. To pass a note around the pitch was embarrassing, lack of organisation. I can see where you're coming from with that, but it does happen in the modern game. Villa got the tactics wrong from the get-go. It doesn't bode well for Smith. In that regard, he got the pressing wrong. He said that Villa were jumping to press at the wrong times, and Southampton were cutting them apart. And it's that midfield area, isn't it? The problem area. Romeo and Ward-Prowse dominant yesterday. Villa had no answer. Again, I did a comment piece last week saying, if you're relying on Morgan Sanson to be the answer, what is the question kind of thing? I mean, Morgan Sanson's had a bad injury over the summer, didn't have a pre-season. And obviously Villa went for Ward-Prowse, didn't get him. They went for Smith Rowe, who can play in that role, didn't get him. And they went with what they've got, and probably Smith bit his tongue at that and give him what he's worked with. But good managers adapt, don't they? And Villa have got to adapt now, and they're failing to do that. So I could go on and on all morning, couldn't I? But I need a break. I need a break myself, let alone Smith and the players. So, yeah, not very good. Buendia and Bailey look so short of the millions we paid for them. Target just not good enough at the moment as well. I tend to agree with that. Yeah, again, I think they're carved open time and time again. Martinez kept the score down, like I've said. Yeah, Connor's not having it. Connor's not having Smith. There was far too much sentiment regarding Dean Smith, though. Spent 340 million. He was just short of that. Most lost in 2021. That is shocking. Yeah. It's got to be context, though, there. Connor, building your side around Jack Grealish and him out for 12 games. I know you've got to do that, but Dean Smith and Villa struggled to do that. They're going to the summer. Didn't have a good pre-season. 2 coaches leave. They're up with injuries. They're signing untested players at Premier League level. The likes of Bailey, I'm guessing that. I mean, Buendia to an extent, having one season with Norwich, different ball game moving to Villa Park and expecting to hit the ground running. Big money signing that one. Ashley Young, Tuanzebe, they were the other 2, but yeah, I mean, yeah, Sean makes a good point here. Target misses Grealish. Sick of mentioning the name Grealish, to be fair. We need to move on from that. Villa haven't they, have they? Sean. So, yeah, I seen the stat last week. Olive had the running stats. I think before the West Ham game, Villa were the least runners in the league, bar Spurs, under Nuno. So they're not running for him. That's been the consensus, and that's what the stats are saying on Sky Sports, like you say. I think I agree with this from Lee as well. Look, we lost in the final third. We do. We totally do. Don't look at threats at all. Apart from a couple of flashes that went just wide yesterday, but could have played all night, and I wouldn't have fancied the scoring at St Mary's yesterday. So problems there, big problems there, like I say. And they caught on Al Ghazi yesterday, and he nearly cost him, didn't he? He should have been sent off, Al Ghazi. Mentally, wasn't right from the start. I'd give Archer a run. I really would. A player in form. I thought Archer did okay. When he come on, look comfortable, look good on the ball. It's the worst that can happen. I'll give him a run. But yeah, Villa constantly switching the system, aren't they? 4-2-3-1 they started with yesterday for the first time since the opening day. We've seen 3-5-2, 4-3-3. So they're not a settled side at all. And that reflects the results, performances, and points tally. Everyone's a bit confused at the moment, and hence that little piece of paper going around. So yeah, this is my big issue with Villa. The midfield's weak. Look at Southampton yesterday. Oriol Romeo, quality player. Villa wanted him in the summer. And the one in Ward-Prowse as well. And they were totally dominant yesterday. How many times have you said that week after week? Last week it was Royce and Souček. Week before that was, memory's going now, but Spurs, it was Højbjerg and Skip and Partey and Lokonga at Arsenal. So getting done in midfield, not good enough. And yeah, but yeah, I'll wrap it up. I've been waffling on for too long now, but that's how I'm feeling. I think Smith's future will be reviewed in the coming days, and I think he should get the Brighton game, try and address it, get his squad back fully fit, and we'll see how it is there. I think Villa could potentially sound out a replacement in the next 2 weeks. Put the feelers out in case it does turn sour and wrong, and it's time to go. But I think this 2 week period now is crucial to resetting. Can Smith get a tune out of him like he did for Project Restart and go back to basics almost and get a fully fit squad back together. But yeah, we'll leave it there. I'll hit the road now. Thanks for everyone for joining. A lot will happen over the coming days. We'll know a lot more about Dean Smith's future then, and we'll go through it. Connor, Wayne, Raymond, Dan. Thanks all for joining. Duncan as well. I didn't know what I was doing there, but I had a little bit of a waffle. Hope I got my points across. Like I said, I've slept on it, how I was feeling. It was a bit raw last night, obviously, witnessing another defeat. But slept on it, and what you do? It's one of them. But yeah, I'll hit the road, back to Great Bar, get back to my daughter, and try and shut off from Villa for a little bit. And yeah, nice one, up the Villa, and see you later.